So the U.S. housing market just got wrecked, and I want to explain why. Because mortgage rates for a 30-year fixed rate loan are now over 7%. This is up 100 basis points since the beginning of February, and this is up more than double what it was in the low back in 2020. That is when everything was good. We had low rates, there was a lot of houses available, but right now things are different. But what is actually going on? Well, let's address that. First off, home buyers are pulling out of the market. We are seeing low income earners who could barely afford a first time home. They're being priced out of the market. In some cities, we're actually seeing home prices hold. They're not declining yet. They're holding. This is part of the problem. But let's address that. Who's really being impacted here? Well, is it the wealthy? No. Is it the middle income households? Not really. A little bit, but not so much, because in most cases they do already have a home. And for those that already have a house, they're not selling. But why wouldn't you sell? Well, where are you going to move? That's part of the problem. Here is who is getting impacted. First off, the people that are getting wrecked are those first-time home buyers, are the people that are coming in with a little bit more than a minimum wage income. Those are the ones that are getting wrecked. First-time home buyers are simply being priced out of the market. They can't afford the down payment. They can't afford the actual payment. They can't afford to do anything. Just give you an idea how bad things are now. A $400,000 house, if you were to put 20% down, it will cost you roughly $230 more now than it did just 1 month ago. Yeah, $230 more. For many people, that's a substantial amount of money. $230. Just think about that. If, again, this is for a house, a $400,000 house, which again is a little more than the median home price here in the United States, because yeah, that is coming down, but it's not coming down fast enough. People can't afford to live in a house. People can't afford to buy. And what is our government officials doing? Well, nothing. Not doing anything to help the first-time home buyers. Again, it's a major problem. But at the same time, they can't do anything. We are getting very close to possibly dipping into a recession. But again, experts say that will happen later this year. Now, some of the people that are being screwed over the most due to housing costs actually aren't home buyers. They're renters. These are the people that are really getting screwed over because renters don't have another option. Where are they going to go and live? Just think about it. If you can't afford to buy a home, then you only have one option. You must rent or you live with somebody else, which is what some experts are saying we need to do. If you can't afford to buy a home and you have to rent and take on a roommate. Whether it's one person, two people, three or more, take on roommates because that will bring your costs down. Now, here's the problem. Landlords know that if somebody can't afford to buy a house, they have to rent. Well, if they have to rent, guess what? All you got to do is put your rental property right about the same price as all the others, and it's going to be filled. You're going to have a tenant. Landlords know this. And so now that they understand this, they're now increasing prices on rentals. And you don't have much power. You can't just say, I'm not going to pay that. I'll just go somewhere else. Because the landlord's probably going to know that they are competitive. They do have a good price. And you're not going to find anything better. So that is one of the issues. Here's another issue. There's a major factor when it comes to the supply of homes. And I know a lot of people brought this up in the past couple of years that home builders are building homes at a record pace. And they were. They were building homes at a record pace until construction material got so expensive, till rates went up, and home buyers decided to pull out of those contracts. And again, even though they may lose money because they put down a down payment, for some people, that's okay. They'd rather lose $15,000 that they put up for a down payment as opposed to losing $100,000 in value or not even be able to afford a home after the first month. Again, major issue. But here's something else. According to inspectors from new home builds, They are saying that home builders are rushing through projects so quickly that they are seeing a massive amount of home inspections actually failing. So the new home builds are not passing inspection. The numbers are increasing. Again, this is a major problem, especially when we've been counting on these new homes to pop up so people can move. Just think about this. Let's say you're renting a house, and I know this for a fact because I actually have a friend that's doing this. They are renting a house while they're building a new one, okay? They have their own home, but they're renting it out. So they're renting it out to somebody else. Then they go and they rent a small apartment. They also go rent a storage unit to hold all their stuff, but at the same time, they're paying somebody else to build their new home. Now, why is this a problem? Well, it's a problem because they are renting out their house. So that right there, there's a renter. Well, they are renting another apartment, okay? But they're all waiting on that one home. Okay, they're waiting on that one home to finish. Once this home finishes, then they will get out of their apartment. They will move into the new home. Once they move into that new home, my friend says they're going to sell their existing home. Whether or not that's the best move or not, I don't know, but that's what they're going to do. Now, guess what happens once that home is built? That means there's going to be two apartments, or one's going to be a house that's going to go on the market. The other one's going to be an apartment. It's going to be available. Here's the problem. Because the home isn't passing inspection, that home will not sell, or the new home's not going to sell. They can't close on that. The home that they own, they can't sell that one, or they're not going to. And the apartment that they're renting, they still have to rent it. Guess what? In a matter of about a month, okay, a little less than a month, they have to renew their lease or get out. That's a problem. But again, it's just part of the problem. Something else you may not know is that according to experts, they say the real estate market is going to swing very soon. They say real estate experts are anticipating a drop in the housing market within the next few months. It's because of this that you need to be prepared. Now, let me know one thing. How much is your market shifting? Where are you from? And how much has it gone down, or has it potentially gone up? Now, here's what I can tell you. If you don't currently own your own home with a low mortgage rate, then experts want you to be ready. Okay, be ready for what's coming, because we're likely going to see a shift in rents. We're likely to see rents go higher as the housing market fails. Because again, if you're renting a home, okay, you're living in that home, why would you go and buy something else that you're going to buy it and it could potentially go down? So what experts are anticipating is we are going to see rent prices are going to stabilize and potentially go up as the market fails, as people are waiting to see the bottom. And once they see the bottom and the slight uptick, then they're going to buy in. But again, until then, we're going to see rents increase. We will also see home prices fall. But again, interest rates are expected to go up, or at least continue to increase for a little bit longer. And as this happens, cash buyers, they're going to start to jump in. But they don't rely on a mortgage, right? They're going to buy cash. They're going to hold it. They're going to fix it, maybe flip it, or they're going to wait. And then when rates come back down, they'll refinance. They'll pull money out, right? And they have their home. But again, people are waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's because of this I tell you guys to be ready. Be ready to buy a home. You don't have to buy one yet. Just be ready. Have money set aside for a down payment. If you haven't been doing so, do that. Pay down your debt. Okay? If you cannot afford a new home, pay down your debt. Bring your debt to income ratio down. Also make sure your credit is in good standing. Don't have a lot of debt. Okay? Have your DTI, your debt to income ratio, have it very low. Don't max out credit cards and continue to make these payments every single month. Again, I'm not trying to give you financial advice. It's just good, sound advice, right? Make your payments on time. Don't max out credit cards, because then you're going to have more debt. You're going to have a higher monthly payment. Remember, there are more millionaires created in a recession and in down times of an economy than any other time in history. And I want you to be a millionaire very soon. Experts believe that within the next year, we are going to come into a recession. So be prepared, be ready, and be smart with your money.